What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,600 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very, very much. And yes, we are into spring and summer is just around the bend, which is one of the times of years that we can come out and we can chill. And even though we've been dealing with this pandemic stuff, I got a really awesome event that I want to tell you guys about. So today with me is one of the owners of Tucker Brewing Company, the wonderful Ashley Hubbard. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Ashley. Definitely appreciate you.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be a part of this.
Yes. So, Ashley, starting things off, how did Tucker Brewing start? Where did it come from?
Well, so I have to give kudos to my brother. In 2017, we moved into a location in Tucker, Georgia, and 4 months in and being in this facility, we kind of have another side gig that we do here, but he threw out the idea, we have all this space. What do you think about opening a brewery? And literally, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. But then I'm also like, how are we going to do it? So super pumped, super eager to jump, head first straight into, that's a great idea. Of all the many ideas that we kick around and some not so great. But he threw out the idea and he really researched, went to the Craft Brewers Conference. I think it was out of Denver that year and really just researched, talked to a lot of people, and it was kind of snowballed from one thing to the next. And really for me, so Ryan was the token son. So Ryan's my brother. He's 3 years older than I am. And he was a token child growing up that my dad was part of this Rotary Club. And it was, we need someone to go and do this study abroad program. I committed our family to doing it. And so Ryan was forced to go, didn't know any German or anything, was there for 6 months. And then the guy that he lived with, that family, the son came over and kind of did like a 6 months in the States. Didn't know any German, obviously at age 15, going over there away from your family, not knowing the language, all of that stuff. Quite a memorable experience, to say the least, whether it was good or bad, left a kind of lasting impression on him. So fast forward to college, he ended up doing a study abroad over there, majored in German, and had always had a love for beer. And my background, I went to college, and then directly after college, I ended up going to culinary school in New York for 2 years and did the chef thing. So, fast forward, being in the family business, working together for a while, being in the space that we were in, when he threw it out, it was kind of a love of his passion of beer, a love for my passion of food and hospitality. And it was a great marry. We didn't know the beer industry really at all. So it was a very fast track learning, and it's kind of a perfect fit, and we're 3 years in, and it's been awesome. A lot of hard knocks, learning process along the way, but it's been totally worth it. And we have such a solid team, which I love our team. And so, for anybody out there looking to do something, I say go for it.
Absolutely.
Is advice I could give if you're looking to start something new.
Definitely. Now, you guys were voted one of USA Today's 10 best beer gardens in America. That has got to be huge.
I know,
okay?
Right?
People need to
How
understand.
Cool is that?
So
USA Today.
Where were you, Ashley, when you got the news? Who brought it to you, or how'd you find out?
So I found out about it. I actually thought it was spam, to be honest. I get so many emails every day, and some marketers and all that stuff. And so when it came across, I forwarded it to our marketing director, Eliana, and I was like, "Is this real?" And so she reached out to a couple of people that she knew in the industry, and she's like, "This is really real. Yeah, this is real." And I'm like, "No way! That's so cool." So we were nominated, and then it was, months of people voting and all that stuff, and then it finally came out, and it was so cool. I mean, we're 3 years old. We have been putting the pedal to the metal on just, everybody burning the candle at both ends. Sometimes great, sometimes not so great, but pretty awesome to be recognized 3 years in of having one of the best beer gardens in the entire country. It's pretty cool feeling.
It should be. Kudos to you and the team, because, we see it on the forefront of like, oh, they're getting these titles, all these wonderful accolades, but I know firsthand just from working in and through the industry, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into it. So, kudos to you and your team for being able to reap some of those benefits and, get some more pristine on that name. Loving that.
Yeah, right. We're trying.
You guys are doing it. All right. So you've got a new beer. All right. So Gosana. Let's tell us about Gosana and what that's all about.
Yeah, for sure. So Gosana, so we actually released Gosana in our tasting room in spring of 2020. Mm-hmm. And we were only releasing it there just to kind of feel it out. It was something new. It's from Goslar, Germany. It's a sour ale. Mm. So we actually use sea salt and cracked coriander in our blend, which is very traditional style of a Goza. Yeah. And it's got a lot of citrus notes to it. It kind of has a little bit of like that umami flavor with the sea salt, but it's super refreshing, really light. And what most people don't know, when you cheers beer in, anywhere in the world, everybody's got a saying, but there's a particular saying when you cheers a Goza in Goslar, Germany, while you're drinking it, you hit your glasses together and say Gosana. So for us, our focus is brewing German style beers, and so we said, well, let's go with the name Gosana and let's just feel it out. We did it in the tasting room, and then it went over extremely well in the tasting room. People were coming left and right and center to get growlers filled. So we said, we haven't added a beer to our core lineup yet. Let's try it and see what happens. So we released it in March of 2021, and it's been very well received. But it's a great, as the weather starts warming up, summer's coming. It's such a light, refreshing beer. It's 4.5% alcohol. So you still get a little bang for your buck.
Yeah.
But it's just a really great, light, flavorful, citrusy style beer.
Yeah, well, I have to make my way out there to you guys this summer. I'm in North Georgia right now, but I'm from the metro area, okay. And I grew up in Tucker and Stone Mountain and all that good stuff, so I'm very familiar with the area. But just in recent years, I've gotten into craft beer because growing up and being in my 20s and stuff and early 30s. I was never a beer person. I didn't really care for beer. I'm like, if it's not like a, mixed drink or a cocktail, I'm not really worried about it. But then I started to actually go to a lot of breweries. A lot of events were happening there. And at first I was very hesitant. I was like, no, I'm not going to deal with the beer. I'm good. But then somebody was like, no, it's actually different from what you buy at a store. So I was like, okay, all right, let me get what all the fuss is about, craft beer. And I absolutely love craft beer. I love it when it's actually straight from a brewery because you taste the difference. Like, I never would have guessed it. Oh, so true. And I think a lot of people don't realize, too, we actually do a beer and cheese pairing here at the brewery. And what people really don't realize, wine has such a long history of just being a little more sophisticated and can do all these things, and it has all these notes and flavor profiles and all this stuff. Beer actually it can sit in the same realm as wine. It pairs so well with food. Even doing beer and cheese pairings. It's so cool how you can, have this style of cheese paired perfectly with this style of beer. And then the moment you try a different cheese that's on your board with the same beer you've been drinking, how much the flavor changes of both cheese and beer. So it really is cool to see, Georgia as a whole, too, kind of being a little bit more of a dot on the map when it comes to the craft beer scene and just all the different breweries you can go to and the camaraderie among breweries and stuff here in Georgia. And, people they're brewing some really great products and it's really been fun that it truly is an overall experience when you go to a brewery. It really is. It really is. It opened up my mind and my eyes. I was like, wow, I've been missing out. Been missing out on that. So definitely looking forward to that. All right, so this year, 2021, marks the 4th annual Tucktoberfest, September 18th through October the 3rd. Ashley, we've been dealing with this pandemic COVID stuff for the last over a year now. So what is actually going to be different this year? I know last year it may have been a little bit more toned down, just a little different just because of all the social distancing that had to happen for events and things of that nature. So in this year's event, what's going to be different?
So this year, so last year we actually did host our Tucktoberfest, but it looked a little different where we actually spread it out versus being just a day. We spread it out for all the 2 weeks, and really with the pandemic and everything, we had to pivot, and really if we wanted to grow and continue to be kind of forefront, you have to pivot and you have to make things where people feel safe through this pandemic and all that stuff. So last year we tested it out. We did a 2-week-long Tucktoberfest where it was great. People were distanced apart. People were wearing their masks, and just it was a very fun and safe environment. But we realized doing it for more than just a day, people want that. I mean, we saw it last year with the pandemic that we said, okay, this year let's continue that same setup of running it like true Oktoberfest in Munich, where it goes September 18th through October 3rd. Let's bring that back. But then at the same time, let's do some bigger names of music and try to get some cooler headline type stuff music wise. Let's bring back the VIP section. Let's bring back these kind of specialty niche things to where, people can come to this event and literally just show up. They don't have to lift a finger. They get to hang with their friends. They either have a reserved table, and really catering towards the customer. And I think that for us is kind of who we are as a brand too, that we really want it to be an experience. So coming to Tucktoberfest, wearing your lederhosen or your Drundle, and really just showing up, getting tickets in advance. If you want to go VIP, you can. And really just having it to where it's an overall experience that people get here and they truly feel like they are in Munich.
Yes. Now, you said earlier, your brother had a lot of the background to do with the beer, and you were more of the food side. So what kind of finger foods and things can we look forward to this year?
Yeah, so our menu, it reads a little bit, for Tucktoberfest?
Yeah, for Tucktoberfest, yeah.
Yeah, so for Tucktoberfest, we'll definitely do a brat. We don't have a brat on our menu on a regular basis, but we'll do a brat with sauerkraut. We'll do a heart-shaped gingerbread cookie that's, very traditional German. We'll do half-roasted chicken with German potato salad. If most people don't know, German potato salad is actually vinegar-based versus our beloved Southern mayonnaise-based potato salad. And what else will we have? And a charcuterie board. So charcuterie, most people think it's, dried salamis and stuff that are cold. We actually do where it's a hot charcuterie board with bratwurst, knockwurst, and I think one other style sausage that we cut up with mayonnaise, pretzel buns, and then have mustard and pickles and all that on the board as well. So little different, but very hearty, to say the least.
Okay. Cool beans. Last but certainly not least, Ashley, what's the best way for people to get more information? Of course, when tickets become available in the coming weeks and things, and also to follow you guys on social media.
Yeah, for sure. So we are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Our handle is at Tucker Brewing Co. And then we're also online at tuckerbrewing.com. If you go on to tuckerbrewing.com on our to-go page, you actually can buy tickets to any events that we have going on. Our Tucktoberfest tickets will go on sale in July. And then you can actually buy tickets in our bio on Instagram, which again is Tucker Brewing Co.
Loving that. Ashley, thank you so much for coming through today and definitely showing some love. And I know
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much for having me.
No problem. I know as the months and stuff go by, there's going to be more events and more things that you guys want to announce. I like exclusives, Ashley. I like for people to come back and tell me about it.
Okay, you got it.
Certainly. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.